This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
Click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys I don't even know. This isn't even an overreaction show because it's the Monday mediation. Like, we're just here to talk about what we saw. But, guys, we're going to stick true to who we are here at Nothing But Niners. Now, my man is over here working. Tony's sitting in the dark. I don't know if he's got anything for a victory shot. But as promised, guys, after every dub, if you're out there and you're rocking with us, there you go. Get anything, man. We're going to throw something back real quick. Victory shots on deck.
Wait, should I pour it into the lid like we used to do as kids, like thinking we were doing shots? Like,
hey, what the hell? Let's go. Let's do it. Pour it in the cap, man. Pour it in the cap.
Hold on.
Let's go. Let's go.
Cheers.
Do it. All right, guys. I poured like a triple, so y'all got to bear with me.
You shouldn't be doing no triples after this weekend.
No, I don't want alcohol ever again, but I got to stay true to our people. So right now, guys, the Monday Night Football game is on. It's 7-7. Packers are taking on the Lions. Lions march down the field like it was nothing. I like seeing that. But, guys, they want to know first and foremost, why is Tony in the dark?
Not in the dark. There's a light right here.
Bro, it's dark as hell over there where you at. We can't see.
Oh, he outside. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm outside.
Oh, okay. Tony mixing it up on us tonight. Okay, I like that, man. I like
Yo,
that. Bro.
so
Right.
Tony, over under how many times does Tony swat at a bug tonight?
Oh, you're trying to be funny. Unfortunately, I'm the only person that has to deal with bug issues when I'm outside. I don't know how y'all
dragons here.
The world. There's no dragons over there, right? So, guys, I mean, look, we're not going to overreact, but this isn't going to be our official review show. But we wanted to bring something to guys out there. So thank you all for being patient and sticking out with us, man. This is your first time here and you enjoy the show. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Give us those thumbs up. We really need them to help us be found in the algorithms, okay? Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are Nothing But 9 ERS. It's the number 9, Nothing But 9 ERS. We also have Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitch, and that is Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. To my right is my guy, Nick. He is 49er Faithful 365. And below each of us is our guy, Tony, the resident GM. He is NJ Niner Fan 499. Fellas, what's good? How you guys feeling after the win?
I'm feeling good because we're 2-0. But other than that, no, go ahead, Tony.
No, I mean, you have to feel good because you got to win, but there's some things that are concerning. Definitely the injuries sustained to the running backs. A couple, it's the typical things, throws that could have been made, stuff like that. But we'll get into it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We'll break it all down. And now Tony, where did you get to experience the game from on Sunday? Did you get to sit back and watch it? Were you working or what?
No, I was home. I watched on the couch downstairs.
Nice. All right, so Nick and I were there. We got firsthand experience of the aggressive crowds in Philly. Nick, how aggressive were the crowds where you were?
I mean, drinking it up with us. I mean, this is pretty much, pretty much all I can say. I mean, they were even tailgating with us and all. So,
yeah. People assume that you're gonna have all these problems because you're in certain cities, and to be completely honest with you guys, no problems at all. Like not a single problem. It goes to show that if you have good intentions when you're out, everything will be fine. You guys don't have to worry about anything negative happening. But keep your head on the swivel just in case. But there was nothing going on. I really enjoyed the game, the atmosphere, and it was a good way to go out and hang out and meet some faithful, some people that we haven't seen before in person, some longtime supporters. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. It was good. It was a good what do they call that? Networking, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty good, man. I enjoyed it. Nick, what were your thoughts on the game? And I know it's Tony said that we'll get into some more of the same and the injuries. Give me something else, man. Give me something different. What were your thoughts?
Oh, my overall thought is time to bench Jimmy Garoppolo.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Where did that come from? You know who you are, right?
I know who I am.
Are you still drunk?
No.
I got to hear this. All right. F it. We'll start there. Let's do it. Let's start there. Why are you getting rid of Jimmy? You were adamant, no, as long as we're winning, let them keep rocking. What changed?
Well, there's a lot of things that changed, right? And guys, bear with me because my voice is there and not there. So, look, this team just played two subpar defenses, right? Eagles got a better defensive front than Detroit, I believe. Secondary is not that much better, but when you go pretty much the whole first half with only one first down, you can't complete a pass. Passes were all over the place. Your run game is slacking because, kind of like what Tony's been saying all year, the defense is handcuffing your offense because there's no threat from Jimmy Garoppolo to be able to throw down the field, right? So then we go into this game. We lose two running backs. No, three, right? Hasty, Mitchell. Yeah, it was two. Lose two running backs. Jimmy rushes the ball 11 times. He ran the ball 11 times for 20 yards, right? Then you get, I think it was 62 yards between the other two running backs the entire game. We could not get a run game going, which then only opened up two. There was probably two good passes from Jimmy Garoppolo this entire game. There you go, Tony. You can see you now. Now you remind me of Jeepers Creepers or something. But no, being serious, in all seriousness, man. Right now, without a running game, it's time to unleash Trey Lance. And the reason I say that is because when we're going into this little gauntlet we're about to go into, I understand that Green Bay is not what Green Bay is, but you still can't count Green Bay out. And then to Seattle with that high-powered offense, and Arizona, who is Kyler Murray is the league-leading quarterback right now. And while they should have lost yesterday, they didn't. And Kyler Murray is just running all around making plays with his arms. So we're not going to be able to keep up with that, especially if we have no run game and we put the bulk of it on Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think it's time to either A, really start utilizing Trey Lance, and get him in there, or B, just sit him down and just throw Trey in, because you're not going to go anywhere with the all. Look, we talked about this the other night. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is going to be an offensive team," right? Because the defense gave up so much with Detroit. People panicked and they said, "Oh, this is going to be an offensive team." Now the defense comes out and plays good, and the offense plays like shit. Two teams that, yes, we got the wins, but they just don't excite me. They don't excite me, and I need a little bit of excitement, and I need a little bit of how can I say this? I need a little bit of composure and consistency, I guess you could say, from the quarterback position. So that's where I'm at.
All right. So then, Tony, I'm going to ask you your thoughts on that. He's saying, let's make the switch. Let's go to Trey Lance. But he's also asking for some composure and consistency. And I don't know if you're going to get that from a rookie. I saw Justin Fields out there, and I know they're not the same guy. I know it's different systems, different play callers and all that. But, guys, what are your thoughts, Tony? Let me hear it. Is it time to make the switch?
I think you're
on mute, buddy. We can't hear you.
We've been speaking about this ad nauseum. We drafted him, right? I'm trying to save my battery here, but I'll put the light on. But, I mean, listen. Do I think they're going to bench Jimmy right now? No, because I think what's going on here is, and I said this on the Spaces like an hour ago, Kyle feels he can win these. Kyle felt he could have won the first two games with Jimmy, and I think he feels he can win this game with Jimmy. After that, they need to make a decision, because we're right back to square one with how far that ball travels, right? So if you look at what Kyle did, and he was actually kind of creative in he did it tactically in a nice way, where he forced the linebackers to come up with the heavy screen attack, right? The first play from scrimmage, the guy jumped off sides. They blew up the run in the backfield. It is what it is. No flag, but it is what it is. Then they went immediately, I think it was second down, they went to a screen with Juice. Now, you're a $27 million quarterback. You should be able to throw a screen pass with your eyes closed, okay? That's scary when you can't make that throw. And I know, Mike, you said it looked like there was a lot of green real estate in front of him if he caught that. So that's concerning, all right? So what happens? He kept the screen game going. He kept pounding a run. And what he actually did by doing the consecutive screens from the right side to the left side to the right side to the left side, he forced the linebackers to open up in the middle, right, a little bit. And the difference here is they know Jimmy's not going to run the ball. I mean, he is running now, but they know he's not going to run the ball. But the issue is he made a throw between two defenders, and it was actually a damn good throw, to be honest with you, to Debo. I was very shocked that he made it. But the issue here is if you really go back and dissect that and watch that play, I was able to catch it on a replay on the on the Sunday Ticket app, where they show you like the highlights of the games. That defender, that inside linebacker jumped that route way before Jimmy even threw it. So that's why I was like, how the hell did he get that in there? That shows me that they don't respect Jimmy at all. They know where he wants to go in between the hashes. Now, if you flip it to a little bit earlier in the game, where I think it was Sherfield, he ran like a 5 or 8 yard comeback to the sideline. There was no one near him. I mean, there's a pretty safe distance between him and the defender, and Jimmy sailed the ball over his head. Like, you can't do that. It's just like I don't understand. What is the problem with him? Is he nervous? He's not under pressure, because I mean, our offensive line has been playing lights out this season. So it makes you say, what is the issue here? Kyle scheming those open. Good.
Let me jump in before you start addressing the issues, okay? Master Chef, thank you so much for the contribution. This is my guy. I'm looking forward to some of those ribs, man. You told me you get down, so I'm looking forward to him. Master Chef, it gives $5 contribution. Says, wish we didn't lose our running backs. And he's absolutely right. We are going to break that down a little bit more here because the team is bringing in some people for workouts. We also have here, I wanted to come, but still nursing this broken ankle. Trey Willie, thanks for the contribution. Heal up, man. You know, don't rush back. Team rushes players back. We don't want to rush y'all back from injury either. So, thank you guys for the contributions and all. We really do appreciate it. Tony, back to what you were saying, man. So what is the issue here? You said Kyle scheming everything up. So what's the deal?
He just can't make the throws for some reason. I don't know why, but there's something there where he can't make the throw. I don't know what it is. What's up, Wayne?
What's going on, fam?
Yeah, so I mean, it's like what are we saying all off season, right? Jimmy needed to be replaced. So what do? They go up, they get the new guy, they come in, and then it just seems like it trickled back to Jimmy. But now everything that everyone's been saying, it's showing in the real season, right? So I just think if Jimmy I'm not asking for Jimmy to put the team on his back and go win game after game after game after game, throw 6 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns like Brady did the other day. I just want him to make the throws that are supposed to be made, right? Like, we're not asking for anything crazy. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, let me ask you this. Jimmy had the most cleanest pocket this game with no sacks and was still jittery as shit and couldn't make a screen pass.
That's the issue.
So he hasn't been sacked all year, but I think I'm going to try to play devil's advocate. Wayne, just so you know where we are right now in the show, of the 4 of us here, who has been the biggest Jimmy G supporter on the show so far? After the acquisition of Trey Lance, which one of the 4 of us has
Nick.
been like, it's been Nick, right?
Yeah.
Bro, Nick said it's time to move on from Jimmy. So
I missed that.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm over here. I'm flabbergasted. So that's what now he got me. I got to play devil's advocate here and try to see if this will work.
But you don't. You don't.
I do because he mentioned the no sack thing real quick, and I have to say something. Is it no sacks because they're holding up that well, or because he's getting rid of the ball so quickly and they're not? Like, is it results? Are we saying that because technically he hasn't been sacked because he hasn't had 3-4 seconds in the pocket, right?
I guess I know you're asking a question, but if you don't mind, like, Nick, what's making you change your mind? I know I heard, but I kind of know what Tony is talking about because I heard him a little bit in the spaces earlier. I don't think you were on it at that time, Nick. So I got the chance to hear what Tony was saying, and he kind of spoke on it. But Nick, what's making you kind of have a change of opinions?
A lot of it has to do with when teams are committing to the run game.
Yeah.
And 1, we haven't been running the hell out of the football. 2, we've been running the ball, I don't know, what we run it this week, 38 times. But now you have injured running backs. Now you're going to be pulling guys in off the street. So they already didn't respect it. Like, they already don't respect the pass game. So now they stack the box and not trust Jimmy. You need a guy that can get outside the pocket and throw the ball deep. Like, you're not going to beat Seattle's and Arizona's not being able to throw the ball downfield and score quickly. Like, I'm just, like I kind of said at the end of it, I need some composure and some consistency. Like, while Jimmy Garoppolo's 2-0, he also doesn't have screaming numbers that scream at you. It's the same as everybody talking about Jalen Hurts. Oh, that dude had 100 yards passing if you take the 1 pass away. Jimmy Garoppolo has 189 yards passing yesterday on 23 attempts.
But if you take that 90-something yard pass away, that's less.
Well, the Debo one, right? The long Debo one was the longest.
Hit 189 yards, 22 completed passes, right? Out of 30 attempts, 189. You take away the 90, he no,
the 90 was for Hurts.
Yeah, Jimmy. I'm about to say Jimmy didn't have no 90.
What was the Debo's long then? Because that was a long one.
Oh,
it was like
60 yards, right? 60, 70 yards.
Take away 60 yards. That's all I'm saying. Like,
right, yeah.
Like, so, yeah, like you take away, it skews his stats too. But Jimmy has.
And look, like I said, this isn't that I hate Jimmy Garoppolo. It's just, I just
Look,
don't
somebody's
think this
stealing.
team-
I'm just playing.
I just don't think this team will win those kind of games against watching Seattle and Arizona and their offense right now with Jimmy Garoppolo at helm, because he's not throwing the ball downfield. He can't throw a screen pass. The pocket's been clean. Like, he's had opportunities to throw the ball downfield. And we're praising him for his touchdown to Juwan Jennings, where the dude had nobody around him for 15 yards. Like, if he would have missed that, like, all hell would have broke loose, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it's just, look, like I said, it's no hate to Jimmy Garoppolo. I've been a supporter. I've been trying to support Jimmy Garoppolo and just keep him in there. But this offense is not going to go anywhere with injured running backs, a quarterback that's subpar and checks down, and going up against high-profile offenses like Arizona and Seattle, as well as the Rams. I didn't even mention the Rams.
And this is the thing. You're starting to see it affect our running game.
It is.
What did we average? Just barely 3 yards a carry?
3.6 yards a carry.
This is an offense who I think versus Detroit, he was approaching near the 5-yard mark, 4.8 maybe. I'm talking about Mitchell, a carry. And now all of a sudden, when you stack the box, it's harder to run. It lowers your average per carry. And now it's really not letting Kyle get into his rhythm. What is Kyle's offense? Play action based. You need to run the ball to set up the passing game for his offense. So there's people in here saying, oh, it's all bitching and whine. That's fine. I understand everybody has their opinions. But when push comes to shove, Jimmy right now, Kyle right now cannot call his game because of the limitations of Jimmy Garoppolo. We're right back in square one, guys.
What are we saying different, Tony, than what we've been saying from the time?
Listen,
like, it's nothing different. We said that this was going to happen. We didn't know it was going to happen this soon. We didn't know they were going to start stacking the boxes right away. But they stacked the box the whole game. They took away, and mainly it's because of their defensive line, right? They've been the best defensive line we played all season. We only played 2 games, right? But their defensive line on play 1 was in the backfield. Now, I'm not going to blame that on just the offensive line, even though they should take some credit for that. But you just can't run inside on this play. Even Kyle had to switch that up. I can't blame that on Jimmy. Like, Kyle made that adjustment, right? He went from inside zone to tosses. Like, we just started tossing the ball. Here, get to the
exactly. Now, you're talking about tossing. What is that doing? It's attacking the edges. It's forcing the linebackers to go out.
Right.
To open the middle so Jimmy could make that throw. But
still didn't. So Jimmy had his chances to make certain throws.
They were two very impressive throws by Jimmy. And I'll be honest with you.
One to Debo was one of them.
That one that he put between those 3 guys, you had an inside linebacker, the outside corner, and the top safety, and he just whipped that ball right in there. And I got to be honest with you, it was a pretty damn good throw. But now the problem is, if he can't make that simple screen pass or that simple out, I know someone corrected me in here, it was to Sanu. You got to be able to make those throws. The one that Ayuk had to reach, like at about, like he caught it like on the sideline. His arms were fully extended. You're talking about a man with a wingspan, like
that play that you're talking. Just really quick, that Ayuk play in particular. That's why we got to get somebody to throw him the damn ball willingly.
And that's another thing. Where is
no business catching that ball?
You talk about the catch that he made?
Yes,
that was not, no other receiver in the NFL would have caught that ball.
No,
not even OBJ. Like no other receiver would have caught that pass.
I could not believe that. I was like, yo, we got to get him the ball more.
Yo, I had to read because we were there, so I didn't see it. Like I had to rewatch. Tony told me to rewatch the game, so I did. I even on the Trey Sermon injury, we didn't see it the way they saw it on TV. So when I went back and watched it, I was like, oh god, dang! So I get it. But yo, only IU could have caught that pass, bro.
I want to get back to your thoughts. Let me get this contribution off here because I got 2 more in the queue. I don't want to lose them.
It's good.
The Philly Talk podcast. Thank you for the contributions. Good game, y'all. Our coach got cute. And I do think that your coach kind of messed up. You got Jalen Hurts, and as talented as he is with his legs, didn't try to like force it in. Y'all had 1st and goal from the 1 after that pass interference. I couldn't believe I big up to our defense for holding it down, but like, damn, bro, like I couldn't believe that coach.
But they tried though. They did. They tried. They
not
did
at the middle. Not one time did go.
But
up the middle with him.
not the first down, but the first down was to Sanders. They got tackled for a loss. Then the second time they tried Hurts to the outside, he got to the one, and then
That's where they were.
Then was it a throw the next time? I can't remember.
The next time it was that fake with the running back. They both ran to the edge, and then he kept it. Remember?
Oh yeah, and then the fourth time was the Philly special. So like they like, is that the cue? Because
coach. I mean, it is what. But that defense clamped down, bro. He had like 30 passing yards the second half. Our defense really put the clamps on him in the second half.
They did.
Is Nick talking to us, or is he talking to somebody else?
He talking to the thief.
No, I think he's talking to us. We can't hear you, bro. And it doesn't say he's muted either. Uh-oh.
Could just be his connection.
Technical difficulty.
Come back in, bro.
I'll read the contribution here from Sean while Nick is doing that. He says, I think since his non-contact ACL injury, Jimmy played scared. Something got in his head. Love y'all. Let's go. We are 2-0. We will be 3-0 after we slam Raggedy Rogers to the ground. Have a scotch on us, Aaron. I'll tell you what, Sean. I know you just said that he played scared. The one positive I had about Jimmy this game was he was throwing his body around.
Yeah,
I was really happy about the way he was particularly like he was running, sliding, like going for the blanking ones. You know what I mean? 3rd and 1s and all that. He was. I was giving him credit for that. I kind of like seeing the aggressive side of Jimmy, like the physically aggressive side of him. And then there's one more contribution here from Big Dez. He says Shanahan is keeping Lance and those packages close to the vest for division play. He doesn't want those DCs to have film of Lance.
That's a good point.
I think there could be something to that. You know, we talked about, I've been saying for a long time, think back to 2012, started the season with Alex Smith, in the second half of the season with Colin Kaepernick in a Super Bowl appearance. So I think there might be something to that, Big Dez. Thanks for the contribution. All right, Nick, we got your audio now? You back?
Check.
There you go. Okay, we got you, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there. What I was gonna say was, when did the offense start being able to, get first downs and actually continue downfield?
It was the second quarter.
It was that 1 minute, the 2 minute offense.
It's the 2 minute drill in the second quarter.
Yeah,
right. You know who went out? Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
If Brandon Graham stays in this game,
it's a different outcome. It's a different outcome. And that's fair to say. And I spoke about that on my show earlier. Like Brandon Graham, I mean, Ryan Kerrigan is good, but he's depth at this point in his career, right?
And Hargraves was killing it.
Their whole defensive front was like good, like the whole game. Even old man Fletcher Cox was in the backfield the majority of the game. No, and I said that because I was listening to some of the Philly podcasts, and they were like they wanted to see him play better, like right, because he's been the weakest link. That's weird on their defense, and I think it's just because of age, right? That dude was playing yesterday, like he was playing. Their defensive line was on point. I'm gonna call it like I call it.
Kyle took advantage of him
until Kyle figured it out.
He started moving them right, moving them left, right, moving them left, screening them. And that's when the 49ers really took control of this game. Once he started gassing them with that run right, run left, toss right, toss left, they just couldn't. We should be used to that because guess what? That's what happened to us in the Super Bowl. We had no depth.
Damn.
This is where I am on the Jimmy G thing. My position has not changed. I've maintained that when Lance is ready, he's going to get in there. But what I'm happy is that people are realizing the limitations in the offense presented with Jimmy. And it was never a question of whether or not we could win with Jimmy. We all know that we can win some games.
Exactly.
But Kyle has to really, really like just come up with stuff. He has to manipulate the. I mean, obviously he's an offensive coordinator, right? That's his job. So I'm not going to sit here and try to act like Kyle, is doing something that he's not supposed to be doing. But it is a limitation. It is a little bit of a strap. I just don't know if they're going to change anything anytime soon because we keep winning. Like y'all said, here we are, 2-0.
And I said too that Jimmy would not get replaced if his team was winning. But I'm going to say that if you're willing to lose, you're not going to win these games against Seattle and Arizona with a subpar offense like we have right now with no running game and a quarterback who can't throw downfield right now.
What if?
Yeah, but I don't think Seattle's defense poses. What is their interior defense like?
Right. Well, that you now you're getting to what I was just about to say.
Because that's
what if Philly's defense is actually really good? Look at what they did to Atlanta, and Atlanta just went toe to toe with Tampa.
Their front is good.
That's what I mean. That's all I'm talking about. The front.
But I'm saying their front was good, and Jimmy had time and still couldn't do anything.
But their front was too good to where we couldn't run the ball. So, like, if we run the ball, Jimmy plays better. It's a different passing game for Jimmy. It's more play action. Jimmy sucks at screens. I don't know why we thought he was going to be great. He never was. Like, the short throw, those screen throws and throws to the sidelines are his weaknesses. Like, that's it. Like, when you watched him throw that screen throw off his back foot and the ball looked weird coming out of his hand and Debo dropped it. And I know it was a drop, right? But it was a weird looking screen pass, guys. So, like, I don't think that's Jimmy's strengths. I think he's trying to do it, but I just don't think that's part of his strength. His strength is bootleg to the left, bootleg to the right, drop back, fake the handoff, find somebody in the middle of the field, and we just couldn't successfully run the ball on that interior D. I don't think Seattle poses that threat. That's what I'm saying. I know Green Bay won't, and I don't think Seattle will. And so I think you might get better run play, and if you get better run play, you're going to get probably better passing games from Jimmy.
And here's the catch-22 with all of this. If we're going to be honest with ourselves, right? No quarterback is going to be perfect. No quarterback is going to hit every throw every single time. And so even if they make a switch, when Trey messes up, it's still going to be, oh, well, Jimmy should have da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? We should have stuck with Jimmy. He would have made that. That's going to be some of the conversations that you start seeing on the flip side. You know what I mean? So I guess let me ask you guys this question. What's the benefit of putting in Trey now? Because there is an answer, by the way.
There's a whole bunch of benefits.
But there's a really, really big answer.
There is. There's a really big answer. Go ahead.
It just
one.
Go ahead, Nick.
Let's
all say
11
one.
on 11 football.
Okay, so let's all say one. How about we do that? That's one. Tony,
Nick says 11 on 11.
That's 11 on 11 and keeping the defenses playing, honest. Yeah.
And how about just big play capability, being able to throw the ball down the field, whether he hits it or misses it. A guy that's willing to take the shot deep changes how defenses are going to play.
Go ahead, Mike. You're up.
The run game is going to open up like crazy.
Yep.
The run game is going to explode when Trey gets in. Like it's not even like a question, because like what Nick was saying with the whole 11 on 11 thing, right? You got people that are going to hesitate. Those linebackers have to stay flat-footed for a half more second longer to see if Trey Lance has that ball or not, because he's a real threat to run the ball. And that half second in this system, in this run game, come on, man.
It just changes up everything, man. And it's like, I don't think this is about Trey Lance being ready. I think this is about Kyle being ready to unleash Trey Lance. I think that's what it is, yo. And what's our guy, Big Kev, Big whatever his name was? I'm sorry if I forgot, but he can't. It's clear that they're just not trying to unleash it. You didn't even. I got Trey Lance video footage, him throwing on the sideline. I thought he was coming in this game at some point for something that could have just sparked the game when Jimmy was missing all those wide open wide receivers. Jimmy missed at least wide receivers, like 3 open wide receivers, like 3.
Master Sith cannot figure out why you guys are unhappy with the win.
We're extremely happy with.
Raise your hand if you're
unhappy with the win, though. Like, did you say
unsatisfied? Raise your hand if you're unsatisfied with a win.
Can I ask him something out there? What do you think?
I don't think he's talking about us. I think he's talking about himself.
No, he's talking. I think he's talking about us.
I don't know if he's talking about us, but I know they are in the chat. They're talking like, "Oh my gosh, I'm leaving the podcast. I'm unsubscribing because y'all can't stop complaining." Blah blah blah. I just want to ask this question though: what in the hell do you think the 49ers are doing? You think they're celebrating over this, or they're looking at their flaws to see how they could be better? Because I think that's what they do every week. And so they're probably sitting there saying, you know what, Jimmy, that you sucked. You could do this differently. You know what, Trey, you could do this differently. I guarantee you that's what they do. Because if not, How can they get better? They have to learn from their flaws. All we're doing is talking about areas that we see that they can improve. We can't offer any suggestions, but at least we can talk about it and see if you guys see the same things we see. That's all we're doing. Because 17-11, yes, it's a win. It's a road victory. It was crazy. It was very hostile in there. It was off the hook. But Jimmy had no rhythm for like 26 minutes.
Yo, it's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes and a half, and Jimmy was out of sync.
So 28 minutes
for the first 28 and a half minutes of the first half. It was weird to see. Danny Terry says, I'm really confused. What's up with Ayuk? They can't keep overusing Debo. We need him in the long run. And by the way, shout out to Debo. We haven't talked about any of the news or stats or anything, but he's the NFL's #1 wide receiver right now.
93 yards.
And this is the thing where you're matching the strengths up. This is where Jimmy succeeds when he throws the Debo, because Debo succeeds when he gets the ball in his hand quick and goes and does his thing. Bubble screens, tunnel screens, quick slants, 3-yard shovel, whatever, 3 yards, 4 or 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and bang, he's out of there like a freaking maniac. He runs possessed. But when we talked about when we drafted Debo, we're like, oh, he's surrounding Jimmy with weapons that are run after the catch, fitting Jimmy's strength to a player that loves to get the ball in his hand quick. Then we brought in Ayuk, another run after catch guy. We thought that it would work with him. Now, to that gentleman's question is, he's saying, where's Ayuk? And Debo's taking all the catches. Well, guess what? Ayuk likes to go deep. Jimmy tends not to throw it deep. Some say yes, some says no, but it's evident that he has not gotten a catch. He's got one catch in this game. Yeah. So this is the issue. And the flip side of this is, what are the 49ers trying to accomplish? Are they trying to accomplish and trying to get Jimmy and get the most out of Jimmy and just keep Trey on the side until they really need to get him? Or are they playing the devil's advocate saying, come on, let's let Jimmy look like he's succeeding. Let's try to get some value. Let's try to get something in return for him. Keep pushing him, keep pushing him, keep pushing him. But guess what? If it comes down where Jimmy needs to make a play to win this game, I'm not 100% sold and confident on him in doing it. Because if you take the center of the field away, that's where he gets in trouble. So now, are you willing to risk a win in an NFC West, which is the best division in football, where you can't afford to lose a game? Well, now you could, because now Seattle's back. But still, you don't want to be that guy coming at the end and trying to play catch up from behind. In this division right now, other than previous years, every win counts. And
especially when Seattle, they start slow every year. So this is nothing new to them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're in 5 games, Seattle will be 3-2 or 2-3. Like, that's every single year, and they still finish with double-digit wins. Like, they know what they're doing over there in Seattle. And one thing we didn't mention about what the change could do is that we have somebody who can take advantage of receivers actually running good routes all over the field. Right now, teams defend the 49ers this way. Across the line of scrimmage. They don't go back. You know what I'm saying? There's no vertical threat. It's all horizontal. That's what they do. It's either a quick check down or right across the middle.
Now, Mike, can I ask you a quick question? You were there, and you had the seats to really see this. Were they in a single high safety, or did they play too deep?
They went back and forth.
Majority, was it single high?
I can't say for sure. I can't say for sure. It was probably single high though, more than anything else. Yeah.
That shows you.
Yep. Now you got Wayne. I put this up here for you because you didn't get to take the victory shot with us.
Yeah, I had to go get my stuff.
I saved a little bit of mine. I poured a triple over here, so I saved it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, man.
Did you all do the gold bar?
Sure.
It's just so funny, man. Like, I'm just tired of fans being homerish, I guess you could say. Like,
I just think we're realists, Nick. I
see a lot of shit in the chat. Like, I saw somebody say something about if you were Niners fans when Joe Montana was playing, I bet you'd be saying replace him too. Like, yeah, at one point I was saying replace him because Steve Young was behind him and he was playing like shit. And when they had the whole shit going on between Montana and Young, where they were rotating them back and forth. Who started week one? This, that. Like, yeah, but you also have to understand that whether you're a Jimmy G fan or not, this isn't about me being a Jimmy G fan or a Trey Lance fan. This is me being a 49er fan. And I have been really adamant about Jimmy Garoppolo staying the quarterback. I've been really adamant. But when I watch these other teams offensively, you can say whatever you want defensively. We're down to a rookie corner and a washed-up corner. We didn't even face – look, we just faced a rookie receiver and a second-year receiver who didn't even play well in their first year, and then Quez Watkins, who was an undrafted guy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So –
and a rookie running back. Can it get
a rookie running back? But that's not DeAndre Hopkins. That's not DK
Tyler
Metcalf.
Lockett and DK
Tyler
Metcalf.
Lockett. Like
Cooper Kupp, like the dogs are coming. We got Devontae. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and somebody else said in here that I'm crazy because we're 6-0 against the Rams. The last 6 times we played them, they had Jared Goff, bro. They got Matthew Stafford now. That's a huge difference.
Yeah.
That is not a win that's not a guaranteed win in the books anymore. They're going to have good quarterback play. The NFC West is the best division in football. And if you lose 1, 2, 3, even if you split with these guys, it's going to come down to these games that you need to win. And right now we're playing mediocre football and pulling out wins out the skin of our teeth. And if you really think the players are excited about where they're at, then you're on something.
Hey, Master Sith, I just want you to know that we didn't think you were attacking us. There's some aggressive comments. I didn't think yours was one of them, just so you know. So thanks for the other contributions that he was talking about himself and cheers from San Francisco. Can we do the cheers now? We good, Wayne?
Drink mine. You ain't see me drink.
I ain't see you do it. My bad. All right, cool.
I got.
So,
let me get the victory shot.
So let me hear what your response would be to this. Somebody says,
me?
It's week 2, dude. But you have the most 3 important games coming up.
We got a gauntlet.
2 of them being division games.
Yeah, we got Green Bay, Arizona, and then Seattle. It's about to be crucial. It's about to
Green Bay, Seattle, then Arizona, I think, right?
No, I think Arizona's before, or is Arizona 5th?
Yeah.
Whatever. Either way, we playing them all. So back to back.
They can look. Everybody's saying this is a knee-jerk reaction. I see Callie says that. Do we not realize that we have no running backs healthy right now? Do we? Are we just completely forgetting about that? It's not bashing a quarterback, bro. We're not going to win football games moving forward. You have no run game. All your running backs are hurt. Your quarterback is already handcuffed to what he can do. So you need to bring somebody out that changes the game and opens up the field for whatever running back is in there.
And the playbook.
Yes, it's like this isn't Jimmy G hate, bro. This is me being a 49ers fan and caring about the team winning. That's it.
I think if we were able to see Jimmy Garoppolo complete certain throws, I think it would be a different contextual story, right? Like, but he's missing.
That's the thing. If he can make the simple, basic, routine throw, I have no problem rolling with him. But when you have trouble dumping off a -2 yard screen pass to a guy who had real estate, who probably could have took it to the house, but we'll just say pick up 20 yards and a first down. That's an issue, man. It's not. I'm not trying to sit here and say I know everything and Jimmy G sucks. No, the problem is Jimmy G's not the quarterback to sit there and put it on his back and go. He's hurting the main staple of our offense, like Travarius just said. If we can't run the ball, Kyle Shanahan's office is a wrap. You're going to make it try to make a one-dimensional passing game and forget it then, because then you're putting the ball in Jimmy's hands and asking him to go find something. Go do the thing. Yes, I know we are winning, and we're not complaining about that. We are not. But the thing is, Michael, you're getting a kick out of this. I'm like,
I am because it's like I'll be honest with you. I do understand fans stepping back saying, "Guys, we're winning. We're winning." I swear I do.
We ain't playing nobody yet. Like,
well, I'll say the Philadelphia defense was a tough matchup. I will say
we still should have been able to beat them convincingly with our potent offense that we're supposed to have, with this play caller calling this whatever, regardless of the pieces he's missing. We still should have been able to dominate them, and we couldn't.
Let me explain something to you. Jimmy made a throw in that game where, thank God, Stevie Nelson did not see it until the last second, because if he would have saw that ball,
you talk about that pick that was
he was going. He was going in the other direction. And
how about the one he overthrew Brandon Ayuk?
Over the middle, right?
Had that been called, that was a pick 6 too.
Now
you wouldn't have been able to make that tackle.
Granted, luck was on our side. The ball was dropped. The safety really didn't get a good view of it. Couldn't make the play. 100%, the luck was on our side. But I'm going to tell you this right now: those two picks went down. I don't think the Niners come out with a W in this game. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. I just feel.
Cody, on your behalf, if the field goal is not blocked and we're a half an inch of Jalen Reagor stepping out of bounds on that touchdown,
Nick, is a different ball game.
The Eagles win this game. That's
easily, because
it would have been 13-0.
Because the 49ers couldn't figure stuff out. Right.
Those two little plays right there.
But we're not
block field goal.
No one
half an inch of Quez
wants to talk about
Jalen Reagor.
Like, we're not talking about that because technically it didn't happen. Technically, it didn't happen. I mean, the field goal kick that got blocked, but that touchdown is like, guys, even though he stepped out twice, and that was a good way of Developmental forcing him to go out of bounds. I thought that was genius from a rookie to play him that tight to the line. But the fact that he did it twice, like that says something. But if he didn't step out of bounds, that was a touchdown. And so,
hey, can I pat myself on the back real quick
about Developmental?
No. Well, him too, but not that. I don't know. During the preview show, I talked about how Hurts only completes certain types of passes, and I said that the boundary is going to come in to help us as an extra defender this week.
I didn't even know you guys did the preview show. I didn't get the memo.
Y'all don't remember that on Thursday?
Oh,
he wasn't there. He wasn't here. It was just me and you.
But do you remember me saying that? I said that the way he throws his passes, the receivers have to be facing him, and so that's going to allow our defenders to really use the boundary as another defender. And boom, there it is. It was a touchdown erasing defender. I'm just saying, like, when you watch this stuff, you can see how it could play out, and that's, you got to use that both ways, because you could see how this offense could be even more potent and more consistent. And we don't have to. Every game doesn't have to be a nail biter. It doesn't have to be this way. Yeah, we're winning, but we can win and not have a stroke every single game that we watch. And Captain D, sorry, man. We were at the game, so there was no reception. You wouldn't have been able to hear anything. It was bad. It was bad as far as trying to get a show done. So we apologize about that. Look, we let them down.
We got a life too, bro.
Huh?
I said we got to have a life too sometimes.
And that's why you always yell at me, Mike. You don't ever go to games. That's why I don't go to games, because then that happens and then people be upset with us, man.
Oh well,
happy birthday, Sean. From your wife, Wing Flaps. Love your show. Happy birthday to my hubby, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Thank you for the contribution, Wing Flaps. Sean, I hope you see this, man. Go Niners. I'm just assuming that Sean is a Niners fan. Is that wrong for me to?
Happy birthday, Sean. Yeah.
There you go. All right. So let's talk about some other things from this game, guys. I need to know some more of your guys' thoughts when we're looking at this game. Or do you guys want to step back and talk about the running back position and what we think the team does going forward?
Whatever you want. Yeah, that's fine.
Because the 49ers lost Trey Sermon on his only touch. I am very, very happy that my man has a concussion. And I know that sounds like messed up, right? But it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. When you look at the way
do you think the hit to the head is what made him fumble the ball?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it felt like that's when it's like he just
that hit jolted his whole body.
Yeah. I saw it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I saw the same thing. That's why I was asking. I just wanted, like, I'm not saying he doesn't have fumble issues or whatnot, but I'm just saying, like, when he got hit in the head, you got to remember, Tony, we saw it there. So all we saw him do was flip. And even on the replay, they didn't show it like you saw it on TV. So
listen, when I saw that hit, I stood back. I did one of these. I thought literally, I thought
like he could be paralyzed.
Done. That hit between the way he hit him, he hit with his head, obviously. So bang, he went down like this, and then the other guy came boom, and his whole body just went. I was just like, then I saw him trying to like glitch and move a little bit. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, he was down for the count. But it's a problem, right, Mike and Nick and Tony? Like, it's a problem. Like, we're already down our starting running back. Elijah Mitchell has shoulder issues. Okay, so let's not act like he's all squeaky clean. I mean, he got injured too. He's just day to day. It's called like it is.
I think he got a stinger, Mitchell. I think that was his official.
That's fine.
Yeah,
he has a high ankle sprain.
Hasty's going to be out for some weeks, right? And
so
the one guy that was getting cuts up in the middle was Hasty. Like, he was that change of pace. So when we started running inside, we started doing good, right? He's going to be out. So now we have all the other guys that there's no Jeff Wilson Jr. yet. And so now they got to bring in people off the street. And so that's it. That could possibly either backfire or it can be mediocre, or they can upgrade Kerryon Johnson, who's off the street from the practice squad. Like, there's Duke Johnson, there's TJ Yeldon, there's who's the other guy they were looking at?
TJ Yeldon.
They're probably I think they're going with Duke Johnson.
Aren't they looking at Miller too?
Oh, Lamar Miller was the other guy. A guy that has injury issues.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, clearly the 49ers have to sign a free agent. They're not going to trade for running back, guys. I mean, unless it was a running back that was going to be part of their 4C future. And hey, I brought this up on my show, man. Maybe Kyle Shanahan, maybe getting the dollar store general running backs isn't the answer anymore. I mean, yeah, they're good. You know, you go to the dollar store, you buy a toy, and it'll last for a little while. It'd be really good. And then after a while, it just doesn't work like the name brand toy would. Like, maybe that's what's going on with the running backs.
Yeah, but we drafted two, and they both hurt. So those aren't dollar stores anymore. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
when you late round draft picks, they're not like high end draft picks, right? I'm not talking about Trey Sermon. I'm talking about, like, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about both. I'm talking about Sermon and Mitchell. They were both drafted.
They're probably going to bring up Kerryon Johnson.
But I'm talking about the guys that, like, yeah, I guess.
I'm just saying, like,
they're not high.
Mitchell's
the fifth round, and Sherman was what, a third round, second round, fourth round, third round.
He was a third rounder.
Yeah, because we got two in the third. We got him and Ambry Thomas late with the conditional pick.
But Shanahan's never going to go much higher than that for.
We don't know that. We never had the luxury to. Like, I'm thinking if the 49ers finally get themselves in a situation where they can actually get a running back of good status in the first round, they might just do so. But right now, I'm not saying a first round running back will solve the issues, but clearly they need more durable backs. Like, and this offense, I was making a point that, like, the 49ers it's an extension of the stuff we've seen in the past. The things we've seen in the past from, like, Mike Shanahan, Bill Walsh, like those guys, that's what Kyle Shanahan is running, right? With his own twist, right? But those guys that we had and those particular type of offenses, it was different. They were more durable. They also went through a hell of a load of training camp. They used to hit in practice. So their bodies got acclimated to the speed of the game, to the physicality of the game, and all those different types of things. And we're still trying to get those type of style of running backs, those quick guys or whatever. But they're not going through the same, turmoil of a camp of practice, they're not hitting with pads anymore. Like they don't even wear leg pads anymore in practice, bro. They just wear shoulder pads. What kind of junk is that, right? Because the CBA has changed everything. Maybe Kyle Shanahan needs to change the style of the run game to fit the guys that we got. Maybe that's what's causing all these injuries, bro. Because like the guys he's getting is clearly not checking out. Like not even the drafted guys, which is to your point, Mike. Like they're just not, and it could be because of the physicality of the way we're trying to move the ball as runners. And I don't know, man, but something's got to give. And we're going to have to keep supplementing with guys that don't have teams. At this point, why not bring in a Todd Gurley? Like, why are we not looking at him? Because of knee issues? Shit, everybody we got issues. Why not bring in a guy that got issues that can possibly want to put it to his old team?
Johnson got knee issues, so we're going to find out.
Duke Johnson got knee issues too?
No, I'm talking about carrying.
Oh. Dang.
Tommy Huxley says that the Eagles, the Beagles are dirty players. F them. And that was something else I said on Thursday during the show, Nick. I said they do a lot of late hits and, hit people out of bounds and stuff. And they do it so close all the time that the refs just flat out weren't calling it because they're looking at it as incidental. It's just what it is, man. Joey with another contribution, he says, I'm tired of seeing people prop up or being okay with a QB doing the bare minimum because of QB wins and yak yards. That's kind of what the guys are saying, man. That's what the guys are talking about here, bro.
I mean, at some point, it has to change. When is that point? Only Kyle Shanahan knows. And I don't think it's the wins that's causing him to not want to change it. I'm telling you, that guy, the dude that made that contribution probably brought up a good point, man. There's teams we play twice a year. And until we play them once, he's probably not trying to show his cards with the Trey Lance. Trey Lance has been like sheltered all preseason. We saw a little bit. We saw a 2-quarterback system. Now that sounds obsolete, right? He didn't go to it this past week. I don't know if it was because of the defensive line or whatever, but we could all probably say that Trey Sermon is way more durable than Jimmy Garoppolo. And just imagine if Lance is able to get outside the pocket like Jalen Hurts was able to do, imagine the yards he would have picked up and keep drives alive. It just so many different things. Like, I know we saw Jimmy run a couple of times, but imagine if that was Trey Lance running with that ball. It probably would have been for more yards. He's faster than Jimmy. He's more durable than Jimmy. So I don't know why we're not seeing Trey other than the fact that Kyle's not ready for him to play yet. That's my final answer. But Jimmy, we should all agree, whether we're Jimmy fans or not Jimmy fans, we're 49er fans, we should all agree that Jimmy is limited. But we've been speaking this, like we've been trying to tell everybody there's just things he can't do. And then there's things he can't do well. And then there's things he does okay.
Go ahead, Tony. I see it. It's all over your face. Go ahead and say it.
I can't. I just can't. How do you expect Trey Lance to learn and develop?
You sit him for 15 years, and then you bring him in year 16.
This kid needs to get on the field. You cannot afford to sit this kid another year. That means he's out of football for 2 years without taking a snap. That is not good. And you want to talk about development? That's not good. Like, I don't know. I just feel that if there's anybody that can get this kid to play position, it's going to be Kyle Shanahan. He took RG3 in the first round. Well, Dan Snyder did, and he put him on the field, and they made a playoff run with a kid from Baylor who ran and shoot offense.
Wasn't he having like an MVP season too as a rookie?
Yes, and
RG3 was putting up passing yards.
I feel, in my opinion, maybe not, accurate, whatever the issue is. But as far as IQ and playing in the NFL, I think we could all agree. Don't you think Trey Lance might be a little bit better than RG3 coming out of Baylor in a run and shoot offense? Like, I don't know.
And if Kyle starts to play people to their strengths, teams ain't gonna figure that out in 1 week. Kyle can start Trey Lance, let him do what he's great at. They're not going to figure that out because they ain't seen it before. Then change it up week after week, and then still little different things to show Trey Lance progressing. Kyle's just not ready, Tony. I'm telling you.
I don't know what it is. What I'm hoping it is, Kyle wants to hold his ace in the hole until he really needs it. That's what I'm hoping it is. Mm-hmm. I'm praying that's what it is, because let's face it, right? And Grant Cohen put a stat up today, and it kind of just dropped my jaw. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but he put Mac Jones' stats and he put Jimmy Garoppolo's stats under the same stats.
So a rookie quarterback coming in to learn a complicated system.
That was from this week, right?
Yeah, I don't know if
there was a 3-yard difference, and Jimmy had a touchdown and Mac didn't.
So
186, 189, I believe it was, and then a touchdown.
How do you look at it? Do you look at that as, wow, Mac Jones is playing to the level of an NFL caliber starting quarterback, or is it Jimmy's playing down to a rookie's level? Like, how do you?
Oh shit!
I don't know how to read that.
All right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you read that? I'm being dead serious.
Hey, no, I hear you, bro. I'm not. I know.
How do you interpret that? I want to know. Like, how do you interpret that when you see that? Is it like, woo, Jimmy, or is it woo, Mac? Like, I don't know.
I understand what you're saying, bro, and you know my stance on it. I mean, we're getting by. Kyle's doing what he has to do to get the wins, and people are going to be content with that until we lose a game and they feel like we should have won. That's what's going to happen. But see, that's using hindsight. You don't have to. You're grateful for every win, but you don't have to be like, oh, that was great. We're fine. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to improve on. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to only want better after a loss. You should want better every week. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say this really quick. Our starters, week 1, only gave up 17 points. Okay? Lions already have 17 points at halftime. I just want to put that out there, that this Lions team is a little bit better than we thought. I think this is going to show.
Green Bay's defense is just trash, bro. Let's just call it like it is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jeff Money with the contribution here. He said, why do we use all those draft picks to have this kid just sitting around?
Yo, I got $1 million question. I seriously do. Let's just say hypothetically, Jimmy gets us into a deep playoff run. Right? Did they bring Jimmy back next year?
No.
Why?
Because of what they invested in this kid.
So then if he's out of the plans next year, what the hell are we even doing right now?
Because they can probably
tell you what we're doing now.
More value for him next year. Like, so you let him play, you build up his stock, and then you find a way to trade him, right? Because he's still under contract for one more year.
I think if he takes it to a deep playoff run, right? This is what I think.
Before you ask him first round pick.
I still think we will not get anywhere near a second round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo. Why? Because I think everybody in this league knows Kyle Shanahan is hiding his weaknesses. That's why they got low. From what I read, they got lowballed on allegedly there was a trade offer to bring Jimmy Garoppolo somewhere, and it was like a 6th or a 5th. And that just goes to show me that they know that the Niners don't want this guy. Why would they offer anything more than just to get him there if they truly wanted him? And they also know that Kyle's protecting him. And is it really Jimmy's talent, or is it the scheme and the play calling that's helping Jimmy, to be successful, I guess, if you will?
I mean, I get your point, but
guys, all right, let's change subjects. Only because we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens with the quarterback position.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's when Kyle Shanahan does it. Like, it's just on him. Or
do you?
Or
let me just answer your question, and we can move on.
That's the only way it'll happen.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. Do you think that Kyle Shanahan has been holding back Trey Lance from starting because we were on the road.
I think that's a silly reason to do something, but it's possible. I mean, he's held Trey Lance back.
Well, I'm saying your first start,
I think he holds
you don't
Trey
have a
Lance
crowd
back.
behind you.
Period. Like I just think he doesn't allow Trey Lance to be Trey Lance. But that's me. That's my opinion. So Trey Lance could come in the game and Kyle Shanahan will still have the stuff scripted for Trey Lance that doesn't utilize his skill sets. That isn't that crazy? Like he's still gonna force Trey Lance to be the guy to stay in the pocket, the guy to do this, the guy to do that. And so I don't know, man. I just think that he's holding them back. Period.
Yo, I still just
I'm done talking about this.
I just think that he's not ready. I really do. I think if he was ready, Kyle's got no reason to not do it. They invested so much in him that that's the only logical thing that I can come up with, honestly. Now,
you can't tell me a guy's not ready until they go out there and show that I understand you got to practice and show things, but practicing game is totally different, yo. And so, like, nothing is going to always go according to your script, coach. And some things got to go off script. And I think he gives us a better chance when things go off script. How do you show that in practice when it's scripted? Like, I don't get it. Okay.
And I don't know because I'm not the college guy, right? They say that Trey Lance came from pro-style concepts and stuff like that in college, right? How many pro-style defenses did Trey Lance play against? And this is not a loaded question. I don't know the answer.
Where, in college?
Yes, sir.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But all right. Or less.
You say pro style defenses, you're saying like nickel defenses, nickel fronts, and stuff
different
like
packages,
different
robbers, all that type of stuff, like just stuff
like the complexities that come along with a
and so I get your point, Mike, but like, how you gotta put him in to see if he can see it.
I'm trying to answer Nick's question about, is it because he's on the road or not? I don't think it's that. I think that this kid has to be able to recognize. It's one thing to know a play call, right? It's one thing to know the play. This guy's going to be here. This guy's going to be here. I'm supposed to put the ball in one of these places, right? But if he doesn't know that this defender's going to be right there, he might make wrong throws frequently. We saw Justin Fields finally get significant playing time, right? And everybody was like, yo, Fields ain't it. Like, I saw people upset with Justin Fields' play. And I know I was one of the people that said I wanted Justin Fields more than anybody else. And if Fields ain't ready yet, and look at where he's coming from, look at the defenses he played against in college, what's going to make me think that Lance is ready now?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think – so you're saying the mental IQ to be able to read the defense when they start playing the games and hiding coverages and disguising things. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you take Trey Lance with what he knows right now, and then you take Jimmy Garoppolo, are they the same? Is one better in trying to figure that out and making those throws? I think it's a very hard thing to answer that question because the majority of Jimmy's throws are not downfield. So you can't really say, is he able to read and is he able to – first of all, I don't even think defenses disguise coverages versus Jimmy. That's just my opinion. I see just basic coverage out there. Either it's man, press, bail, whatever they choose to play. But I don't really see them rolling safeties and stuff. But I will tell you this, and I will say this. Yes, he did struggle, Trey Lance, once what's his name started playing that game with hiding coverages. That's the one play where it could have been a pick.
And that was my only point.
But he's a rookie. And so, like, when does he get better at that? By messing up. Like, let him go out there and figure it out. You're putting a quarterback out there that can possibly mess it up anyway. That's a vet. So why not put the rookie out there that can possibly mess it up?
To the point of what you're saying, Mike, is you're not gonna learn those defenses until you physically playing and see it with your eyes.
No, I think that's where I disagree with you guys. So I think I get what you got. You guys are saying, how is he going to learn if you don't get out there and play?
Well, you can
That's
see that
basically
film.
what you guys are saying, right?
You can see
But
it on film.
if you don't recognize your errors, you don't learn from them. You can take a test over and over and over, but if you don't understand, what's geometry?
We can't like a physical test and a test written on paper is two different things.
No. Just think about geometry and any algebra, anything with formulas. You either understand the formulas or you don't, right or wrong.
I understand that, yeah.
So if he doesn't understand, and I don't know this to be what the problem
We
is.
don't know if he doesn't understand it.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's it, but if that is it, because like Tony said, when we saw them mixing it up in that game, he got confused out there. And if that's what it is, if the formulas don't make sense to him with what the defenses are doing, they just don't make sense to him. He's got to learn them. It's going to take longer for him to learn them. That's all.
Now the one positive end of this is everything that we've seen from Trey Lance. If he struggled in one game, he improved in the second game. We're not seeing that. It's still the same Jimmy. Yes, I'm telling you, I swear on my kids, he made 2 nice throws in that game. But what happened to the easy ones? The 2 hard ones he makes in the middle and the hashes. Everything else, you take outside the hashes, it's like a different guy, and it's whatever.
You can't always win throwing into the middle of the field. Like you got to be able to complete those throws outside the sticks. I like this comment right here, but
let me read these contributions really quick, and then we'll get back to this. Big Dez says DC's are very crafty. Jimmy kicked ass when he first came in, then DC's got tape and started to expose him. He doesn't want the same for Trey. That's kind of where I was going with this also, because you don't want to shake this guy's confidence. Like that's kind of where I was going. This is another one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to Jaguayo. I believe is how you say it. If not, my apologies. If Trey Lance was the next big thing, he should have taken the damn starting job during the preseason. You can't take something that's not available. Kyle said it from day one, and everyone wanted to make it something that it wasn't. It was never a competition, guys. It was never an option for him to get the starting job. It just wasn't. We can deny it still, but it was never a competition. It wasn't, let me see who's better at anything. That's not what it was. It's whether or not he's ready. It's that simple. But we do thank you for the contribution, though. I really do appreciate it. All right. Now, can we talk about our defense, guys? Nick Bosa looks really, really freaking good. And I think that's worth discussing for a little bit. His first game, I wasn't, as gung-ho about him as other people were. But this last game, you see it. That kid is back. What were your guys' thoughts on the young Nick Bosa?
Good. You want to go first, Wayne? Nick? Good.
I mean, he looked like primetime Nick Bosa. I mean, they gave him more snaps this game. He didn't seem to get winded in this game toward the end or whatnot. He finished the game with 2 sacks. Nick was getting triple teamed. I mean, let's just call it like it is. Like, dude was getting triple teamed on majority of the time in the plays. And he was still getting pressures on the quarterbacks. And so Nick is a force. If Nick is going to be that boggled up, man, then the rest of the line's got to do more from the pressure side of the ball. But overall, Nick is improving week by week. And if he's getting better and stronger and wiser and week by week, like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with like this.
Yeah. Nick, before you jump off, what are your thoughts on Bosa?
I mean, I think that he's got 3 sacks now. He got 2 in this game, 1 in week 1. I don't even think he's back to his regular potential yet, to be honest with you. I think he's still getting there. And he's already he's already beasting out there.
He's on pace for 25.5 sacks this season.
I'm going to be eating some crow later this season, so just so y'all know.
What'd you say? You're going to be eating crow? You think he's going to get 10 sacks, don't you?
Oh, yeah, he should get 10 sacks. If he stays healthy, he should get 10 sacks. Absolutely.
All right, so guys, we can wrap this thing up here. I didn't want this to be a really long show. We're still going to try to bring a show tomorrow. I believe the 49ers are doing their Tuesday thing again, right? aren't they still doing the Trivia Tuesday? So
Starts again tomorrow, I think.
Right, because they're back home. So I'm gonna try to wait till after they're done for us to start our show because I don't want to bump heads with them. That was a request made from them for us, so we're gonna try to honor that. The defensive line, guys, is really, really good. I know Nick has got to go, but Armstead is out there playing well. Ford is out there contributing. I mean, what they use Ford. Have you guys rewatched the game yet?
Yeah.
Wow.
You haven't rewatched it, Tony? Did you see?
I don't have Game Pass.
There was this play where Ford, he goes in like he's gonna rush, and he just disengages and stands there flat-footed. And I was like, what the hell is he doing? But I'm looking at Hurts, and I'm realizing he keeps cutting his eyes that way. I think Hurts is supposed to run around that way, and Ford was just keeping him in there.
Yeah.
I've never seen D Ford used that way before. I don't know if you guys remember when he first got him, Robert Saleh in particular said he's got one direction. He's got one way to go. That's all we want him here for. They were using Ford in a different way this game, and I thought that was pretty damn interesting. That's, to me, that's the D'Amico Ryans effect. He's sprinkling something else different in there with his personnel packages. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
I agree. I definitely agree. And I just want to give one huge compliment to Fred Warner. My man had a game and a half, and he was literally all over the field. Play after stop. Like, that man was playing possessed, and he's worth every damn penny the 49ers gave him. And it's, I'm really happy, and I'm just really looking forward to see this defense get going and pick up steam, and I want to see what it could become as a unit in total. But another dark horse, I just want to say, from watching it live, Arden Key was all over the field. That guy, I think he could be something, man. If they keep him fighting, he's a talented player. He really is.
Yeah, I like what I saw to Arden Key. To answer Mike's question, I do agree. Ford was definitely there containing. And this is what you want to see from your edge rushers, right? Playing a little bit smarter, saying, you know what, I got beat on this one. He's gonna be looking to run. I know he's gonna be looking to run, right? So I'm gonna try to keep him from getting those big yards, right? And so, we want our edge rushers to get in and get to the quarterback all the time. But when you're dealing with a quarterback that poses a threat, and you got to play 11-on-11 football. This is the reason why a lot of 49er fans want to see Trey Lance, because it forces the defenses to play different, and not every defense has skilled players like a D Ford that can recognize that, right? And so this is why we want to see a Trey Lance. But I agree with you on Ford. My defensive guys, I'm going to say this, and many of you may agree to disagree, but I'm like, Javon Kinlaw's return was mega epic, okay? And I'm not just talking about from the motherfucking field goal block. I'm talking about just being in there, taking up 2 or 3 offensive linemen for Fred Warner, for Al-Shaair, for them guys to hit those gaps, because their running backs rushed for a total of 63-something yards, 60-plus yards, maybe, if that. I mean, Jalen Hurts led in rushing yards, and all that stuff was stuff outside after, plays broke down. But Kinlaw, and I'm not even giving it to Kinlaw. If it wasn't for Kinlaw, DJ Jones wouldn't have had the best game of his career. And no, he didn't have sacks, but when I tell you that dude was in the backfield, getting pressure, stopping the runs, and we talked about DJ Jones last week, how he was a weak link. And Kinlaw being back allowed DJ Jones to be the guy that he was. Also, shout out to my runner-up would be Contavious Street, because he's continuing to be a big, strong guy. He is a force.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, bro. You asked. I'm hearing an echo. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. You asked about how many yards their running backs had, not counting the quarterback, because that's, and they only had 69 total yards, bro.
I was in the 60s. I was close.
Yeah, and so that just lets you know what
his importance is.
What Kinlaw brings to this. We talked about the gap integrity being a problem for those linebackers that first week, right? And here he is. You put him in there, and all of a sudden, you're cooking with fish hot grease now, right? Like we were cooking with something hot, and I really really like that, man. Yes, Mark Esp. God damn it, man, he said it. Tony, was there another player on defense that you want to highlight? Mark Espinosa just said one, but I don't want to say it. That's who you were going to say, Tony.
I think I want to say both safeties had a great game.
Yes,
I think, and again, it's only the live feed that I saw, but Tart made a huge play right out the gate, stopping that bomb. I don't know who it was to, but that's one. And Jimmy Ward was just flying all over the field. And, it's really encouraging to see that because of what he went through as a player in the league when he first came in. They finally sat him down and solidified his role, and he's just been ascending since. So definitely those two guys.
Yeah, those linebackers were good. And the unsung hero of the pass rush, in my opinion, he's not getting the sacks, but I'll be damned if he's not disrupting the pocket every pass play. It's Eric Armstead. Armstead is going crazy. And my biggest complaint about him, he hasn't fixed. He's still the last guy off the damn line when they snap the ball. Eric Armstead is a half a beat, like solid. Other guys are engaged, and he's just now getting his hand out the dirt. But when he gets their hand out the dirt, he is a freaking bulldozer, just crushing the pocket, driving guards and centers into the quarterback's lap, man. This defensive line is as advertised. And once we start getting some regular quarterbacks up in there, you're going to see it. You're going to see it start to pay dividends. And I think it starts next week, too. I think we're going to see a very, very good game from this defense next week. So I don't have anything else to discuss, guys. Wait. Special teams. Mitch Wishnowsky, guys. What do you have, 3-4 punts inside the 20? Mitch Wishnowsky was doing his thing too, man. Directional kicking. I mean, everything, man. Oh, he had the one where it bounced straight up. It didn't like bounce into the end. Man, I was really feeling that guy, Mitch Wishnowsky. So I'm not saying that he was worth a 4th-round pick. I'm just saying it was good to see all three. Well, I know we complain a lot about the offense, but it was good to see. It was good to see the other areas of the game come together. I think we have a top 10 defense, guys. I really, really do. Don't let week 1 fool you. I think this Eagles offense is better than people think. I also think that Lions offense is better than people think. It remains to be seen. We got a lot of season ahead of us.
Agreed.
15 more games. So it's a lot left, and a lot can be changed, and we're going to continue to react to everything that we see and break it all down for you guys. But, guys, right now that's going to do it. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Let's get ready to go home, guys. Y'all know what it is. The last section of the show is final thoughts. What you guys got?
Good, Breeze.
Overall, man, I thought the 49ers did what they had to do to get the road victory. Whether less was best, they did it, and they got the victory. So shout out to the 49ers for another team win. They are now 2-0, and we will celebrate that. But on to Green Bay. Green Bay will be coming here, and let's go ahead and get another victory. I'm the type of person that is just more like, I don't care how we win, let's just win it. But I do want to see players perform to their best ability. And so when we sit there and break down certain players, the way we break them down, it's for a reason. And this is not a competition of who to put in as quarterback, whatever. It's just more like, come on. Like at some point, defenses are going to figure it out more. If the Philadelphia Eagles defense figured it out to this point and kept him limited, what's going to happen when a better defense comes along and figures him out? And so then we're going to have to face that type of adversity. So I'm all for whatever this team goes for. I love everything that you guys are doing here. So man, let's keep this rocking, man. 2-0 Niners, baby. On to 3-0. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, well said.
Wait before you give your final thoughts. I thought you guys would enjoy this, man. So I wore my custom NB Niners Mike jersey, and my number is 17 because that's the year we started Nothing But Niners, right? People thought I was wearing a Jalen Hurd jersey, bro. I talk about that man so much. People thought It was a Herd jersey. I had to defend myself online, man. I had to make sure like I took a picture of the back and posted it for people, man. That shit was hilarious. I'm sorry. I just thought I would share that with you guys because you guys know I get it all the time. But go ahead, bro.
You're good. Yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say now? Yeah. Well, listen, we're 2-0. Definitely a well fought game, and I'm just gonna say this because I'm kind of getting pissed off about this. Everyone, like I swear, I try not to watch the chat, but people are saying that I'm a Jimmy hater. I'm not a Jimmy hater. I'm not a Jimmy hater. I promise you, I'm not a Jimmy hater. What I just don't like is I just want to see this team be successful on offense, and I just feel that it's limited with Jimmy. And if you can't see that, I'm sorry, but I mean, I just don't know. Like, I don't know what more has to happen for. I mean, when Nick said that, my mouth dropped. I wish I would looked at the time on the freaking on the meter up there because I've been everyone go back and watch that from that point on. Me and Mike looked at each other like, "Excuse me, what?" But again, listen, it's not okay, Brian. Yeah, I hate Jimmy. Okay, thanks. I don't hate Jimmy. I don't. Okay, I just want this team to be successful. I want them to go forward. I want this offense to evolve and take that next step. And I'm sorry, I just don't think Jimmy is that next step. That's why they did what they did. So basically, I'm happy that we came out with a W. We got a big competition, a pretty decent game this week because it looks like Green Bay is fighting their way back into this. But, listen, we got to take it week by week. And I'm just going to tell you now, if they do stick with Jimmy going forward, don't look for the big high-scoring games versus some of these teams because I think, honestly, it's going to be a ball control offense with Kyle, especially when it comes towards the mobile quarterbacks because you don't want to expose your defense. You want to keep the ball in your hand and just keep driving it down their throat, wearing the defense out. Kyle's going to have to get a little creative and come up with different ways to get that ball down the field. So it's going to be interesting, again, week by week. So I'm looking forward to Sunday night, and we'll take it from there.
Golf and those boys are driving, man. I'm seeing Golf running down the field, getting yards, and Hawkinson getting back in the mix. Man, it's the battle of the tight ends because Tunyon just scored previously. Now they're driving, man. They're all right.
Hey, you're watching Play for Play?
Yeah, it's live right now. Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to catch every now and then. I'm sitting outside, but I can see my TV. It looks like, just saying, from my observation from out here, it looks like the majority of the throws are outside. Is that true?
Oh, Golf going deep. Oh, interception. Oh,
no, that was a bad throw. So you're behind. I was wondering what the hell you was watching because I was like, that throw was horrible.
Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'm always behind, bro. Whose throws are always outside?
Goff. He's attacking the outside he's attacking the outside.
Well, he's getting Hawkinson in the middle on those slants on the linebackers.
He's attacking the middle.
Yeah,
with the linebacker. I mean, with the tight end though.
But the receivers are mainly on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And see, we didn't discuss the absence of George Kittle. It's something's up. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's injured and they're trying to hide it. You know
George
what I mean?
Kittle.
Yeah. Like why? Where is he? What? And
Why
I'm not
was he injured?
I'm not attacking him. Why isn't he a part of the game plan?
It's Kyle Shanahan, yo. He's not trying to show. Right now, they have to try to stop Debo, and no one can't. And I think that's the route he's gonna go. If you can't stop Debo, I don't have to utilize Kittle. I can utilize him this way. I don't see Kittle being injured anyway. The way he was run blocking yesterday, there's no way he's injured. But
he would run block like that, missing a forearm, bro. He just enjoys that.
He's a warrior, bro. He's like he's a freaking Game of Thrones extra or something like that. But yeah, man, I don't think he's injured, but I don't think he's
riding the hot hand. Just using
man, like same way. Like how is Brandon Ayuk going to be getting like 6 targets? How does he only have like
Brandon Ayuk is an outside receiver, not across the middle the way they're using some other people.
But they've utilized them across the middle, and why did they not utilize them? Because Debo is the guy that's the sure guy. And so, hey man, if it wasn't for Brandon Ayuk, we don't win that game.
It's the distance of the throw.
Okay. Jimmy Garoppolo averaged 6.3 yards a throw.
Did he?
That's bad.
And that's what a 60 or 70 yard completion.
That's what the 60-yard completion.
How scary is that?
I just
I'm trashing my. Hey, it's my turn for final thoughts.
Yeah, we
All
can
right.
work after it. Go ahead.
We're getting out of here, man. I'm not doing this with y'all, bro. We got time. We can try to spin this thing back tomorrow. But listen, guys, I appreciate you all for jumping on. Breezy, I did try to wait. I know you started your show at 7.
Oh, thank you.
Push this one back as late as we did, man. I was really trying to wait for you guys to get done. I hate when our shows overlap, and I try to do my best to make sure, especially when we go on a night that's not our normal schedule. So you accommodated us with that, and vice versa. So I did try to not do it that way. But I thank you guys for checking this out. Faithful, man. The faithful fan base, let me tell you guys something. It was good. No, it was great to get around people that was not like Twitter attitudes.
Right.
Like the people in real life,
I got you,
are not the way they are on Twitter. The negativity and all that, it didn't exist. It didn't exist. And by the way, I don't know if there's a picture out there, but you looked around that stadium and it was red everywhere. So again, I got to go back and watch the game and not look at the players. I got to see a picture of the field, of the stadium. And
shout
let me
out
tell
to
you,
717, baby.
Yes, the takeover was real, man. We were out there. We were deep. It was a thing of beauty. And I just want to keep the faithful encouraged that, it's good. It's good, solid people out there. Don't let the online shenanigans fool you guys. Like, continue to be real. Continue to be positive, guys. We are 2-0. Everybody is happy, and we're going to take the wins however we can get them. That's the bottom line. We're going to take the wins however we can get them. All right? And until we lose, we the best team in the league as far as I'm concerned, bro. We undefeated. All right? We undefeated, man. Everything goes through us as far as I'm concerned. That's the way I feel about it. Now, huh? All right, guys. I think that's it. I'm ready to get up out of here. What about you? Y'all ready? Y'all good? Can we go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We out of here.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but We them nothing but Niners.